Hi, so this is the Ipin, the board game prototype. I'll explain the setup first and then how to play and maybe a short playthrough or demo. Okay, so how to set up the board. There are 9 location boards. You can arrange it randomly. It doesn't need to be at the same location as shown here. And then at each location, randomly put these black tiles face down. Below it, some of them are hidden items. And then place all the characters, the orang-orang kampung characters randomly around all the board except at the center. So the center must only be the pondok. And then the mission cards up here. This is the mission board. So open 3 mission cards and also arrange the cubes according to the colors above. And then this is the players, so you can choose any of the Ipin and their friends as the playable character. Right now I'm choosing Ipin, Meme and Jarjit. There are other players you can choose from. And give each player 1 orange dice, and depending on the number of players in the game, take the green dice, which is the number of players plus 1. So in this case 3 players is 4 dice. And then all the players you put at the pondok. So what else? Okay, so this is the tiles for certain missions where you need to find hidden objects. Just leave it aside first. And this is just a guide for the hidden items here. So that's all the setup. So how to play the game. The objective of the game is you play as Ipin and their friends trying to help orang kampung doing some errands. So this is the errands that basically they request you to do. You start the game with 3, but every round, after every round, new cards will come in. So the objective of the game is to finish all of the mission cards here from the board. If you do that, you win. So before I forget, this game is played cooperatively, meaning you guys need to work as a team to solve all these objectives. So if you guys win, everyone wins. But if, let's say, the mission cards went more than the capacity of this board, so let's say there's already 6, next round you cannot add more to the board, meaning you lose the game. So everyone will lose the game. So that's how you win and that's how you lose. Okay, so what happens in a basic round? First, determine the first player. So in this case, I pick Ipin as the first player for this round. So give this token, this rainbow token to Ipin. And then everyone will roll their dice. Okay. And then you roll the green dice as well. Okay. Now the rainbow token here acts as a leader. So what a leader does is basically he needs to distribute this dice among the players. In this phase, you can discuss among the players what actions suits best for everyone. So what these dice do is they will affect what actions each player can do. So for example, Ipin takes this one, Mimi takes this one, and Jarjit takes this one. So in this case, when Ipin does his action, he can do these 2 actions plus this one last action, the wow. Mimi can do these 2 and the wow. Jarjit can do these 2 and the wow. Okay, so the last one that is left is used by all players. Okay, so in this phase, again, you need to discuss, strategize, and again, the leader will decide who gets which dice. Okay. Before I get to that, the orange dice, you can reroll as many times as you want. But the green dice, you cannot reroll anymore. So if you reroll this, it comes with a risk. Because if you reroll and you get this sleepy or tido face, it means you cannot reroll anymore and you get nothing from it. Okay, so there's a risk in reroll. If you get this, you cannot reroll anymore, and you get nothing from this dice. Okay, so I'll explain a bit what all these dice faces does. So this is basically a picture of slipper jamban, slipper Jepun. So this slipper will allow your player to walk one step. So let's say Georgie has this, use this that dice, he can walk up, down, left, right, not diagonally. And then you have this search. Okay, so this is a search. So basically you can search, if let's say I am at this location, I can search this. Okay, and then I got a bicycle. So what this is basically an upgrade. There's a guide here, but it's an upgrade to your players, so then so that you can be more efficient in your actions later. So for example, this bicycle lets you have one extra step, meaning every time you move you get one extra step. Instead of one step, you get 2 steps. Then next is this one. Okay, this is basically a basket actually. So it allows you to pick up things. So later throughout the game, you will find cubes around the game, which reflects the action, the objectives that needed to be done. So certain objectives like this one ask you to deliver cubes from Kedai Makan to Kak Ros and Uncle Mutu, so something like that. So you will need to pick up them, so that's why you use this dice. So for example, this one you can pick up and put it on your player board. Okay, so you can only pick up one cube at a time. Okay, after you pick up, you need to go to deliver to that person. So like this one, you need to go to Carlos and Uncle Mutu. Another thing that you can pick up is these upgrades. So these upgrades, you can, if you pick it up, you can put it here, and you have 2 slots of upgrades. Okay, what's next? This one is basically just walk or pick up. This one is again sleep, tidur, you cannot do anything. The last one is wow. So this wow is a special dice. So what happens is, if you got this wow and you are at a location which is the same face of the player that you are, so let's say Georgie is here, then you can automatically remove one of the card here, any card, which you can just deny it from the board, meaning you straight away solve it. But you need to be on the location that you are in. So if Mimi wants to do it, she needs to be at Tadika, and if Ipin wants to do it, she needs to be at Rumah Hopa. Okay. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, so again, after you've distribute the dice, starts with the first player, Ipin, and then goes clockwise. For example, this is a clockwise. So after Ipin does all his actions, he can do it in any order he wants. Doesn't need to be from orange or green. He can do it in any order, and then move on towards Mimi. She can also do all her actions, and then judge it. And then when everyone is done, we move to the next round. So when next round, first thing we do is we pass this leader token to the next player, and then we open a new objective card. And yeah, it goes like that. If the next round you cannot add more objective cards, you lose. If before the end of the round you finish all of the objective cards, then you win the game. Okay, so one thing I didn't explain is when you edit objective cards, you need to set up the mission, set up the objectives onto the board. So again, like this one, you need to deliver cubes from Kedai Makan to Kak Ros and Uncle Mutu. So we find Kedai Makan, so there are 2 cubes which you need to deliver it to Kak Ros and Uncle Mutu. Okay. So what it says here is 4P, is meaning 4 player. If you're playing 4 players, Then you need to add one more cube to deliver to cikgu diorang. The next type of mission is berkumpul. Okay, so everyone needs to berkumpul dekat pasar. Where's the pasar? Okay, so if berkumpul, you need to do something like this. So indicates that if everyone moves to here, then you get to settle this objective. And the next one, the last type is search. So this one you need to basically look for the hidden objects. Not this one, these are upgrades. So it says look for hidden objects in kedai makan, rumah opah and balai raya. So what you do is you take one of the correct symbol tiles and another two, and then you shuffle it. And then one at rumah opah, one at kedai makan, one at balai raya here. Then you put the cubes on top to indicate that's the blue mission. Okay, so later when you how to solve this is you need to go at one of these locations and use the search action. Once you do that, let's say Ipin goes to here and he uses search action, looks, it's a blank, so you need to try again. Maybe go to here next, search, yep, it's another blank. So yeah, this should be the one. Yep. So those are the three types of actions. First is delivering cubes. You need to go here, pick up the cubes and go to Uncle Mutu and Kak Rose. The second is everyone needs to berkumpul over here. And the last one is search. You need to look for the hidden or orange tiles for the correct ones. Okay, so yeah, that's how to play.